Hi, good morning, everyone. You're here with David from the Hub in South Africa, Johannesburg. This morning, I want to be speaking about the BNI general policies and highlighting the important bits of these policies. It's a pretty intense topic, so I'm going to be covering quite a bit of information. So the video might go on a little bit longer than the 4 minutes. I'm going to try and keep it as short and concise as I possibly can, but these are pretty important things that I'm going to be covering. So first of all, it all comes down to the code of ethics, BNI networking code of ethics. It's simple, and those six things, those six uh, terms are what we actually build our relationships around, providing the best quality of services at the price I've quoted, to be truthful with the members and their referrals, to build goodwill and trust among members and their referrals. I will take responsibility for the following up on the referrals I receive. I will display a positive and supportive attitude, and that's in the meeting as well as outside. I will live up to the ethical standards of my profession. So, put it this way: if you are abiding by these six code of ethics, everything else fine. All right, so onto I'm not going to go through all of the code of all of the policies within the documents. I've highlighted most of them. I'm going to cover most of them, but I've highlighted the important ones. One of the most important things is only one profession per chapter, or one person per classification is permitted to join the chapter in BNI, and this is pretty much what sets us apart from any other networking organization out there. It's only one profession that's in the chapter, and this has to be your primary occupation. This is what you're doing from whether it's 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night or whatever it may be, but this is what you do day in and day out. A lot of people do have the side businesses or multiple businesses, but it's the primary occupation that you're choosing to represent, and that will be represented throughout your entire, in your one-to-ones, in your 60 seconds, into everything that you represent within BNI member, because that's what people will get to know you as, and that's the profession that you are occupying. So that's a pretty important thing. Like I said, that is what sets us apart. So. Attendance matters. This is really, really critical. Again, another important aspect of what sets BNI members apart from any other meeting. The weekly meeting is 90 minutes. You are there for the entire meeting. No leaving early. We have them early in the morning so that you can get straight to your meeting after that. We finish at 8:30, and the leadership team really makes a point of finishing on time as best as they can in their abilities. So, um, uh, an individual may be a member of only one chapter of BNI at any given times, and here again, this is a pretty important thing: is a business can belong to multiple chapters, but the actual individual is only a member of one chapter. So if there are multiple employees in a business, that's fine. They can each belong to their own chapter. Then attendance is critical, like I said above. If a member cannot attend, you may send a substitute, obviously not a member of the chapter. This will not count as an absenteeism. A member is allowed 3 absenteeisms every 6 months. This initially was April through to September, but now it's actually on a 6-month rolling. Those terms have actually changed. That rule has changed to a 6-month rolling term. So. More than this, and the members' classifications are subject to being opened by the chapter's leadership team and membership committee. So if you're not there, we cannot do business with you. We cannot do business with an MTC. It is critical that you are there. There are no leaves of absence except in medical leaves, and also death in a family of a close family member. Of course, we are dealing with people, and life happens. And the membership committee will do their best to accommodate members when there are crises that happen within their business. But at the end of the day, members know the value of their participation, and they will make every effort that they can to send a substitute. All right, so here's probably a pretty important one that a lot of people overlook. It is a member's responsibility to file a concern with the membership committee of his or her chapter if a visitor who substitutes submits an application in any way is in conflict of their classification. So what this basically means is if there are any concerns, immediately take it up with the membership committee. They need to know before they even consider interviewing the member, checking their references, and inducting them, because that's when we get all sorts of issues. That being said, don't underestimate, and this is why I put the images at the top here. Do not underestimate the power of your contact sphere. There is often going to be some sort of overlap. A perfect example here is, a website with a website developer with a printer and a signage and graphic designer, marketing, SEO, corporate gifting. A lot of those guys, it's a very common business that everything overlaps because you're dealing with people in the same sort of business. So don't underestimate letting people into your chapter, even though you've got a little bit of conflict or a little bit of overlap, because 9 times out of 10, it will be better for your business to let them into the chapter, and you step back a little bit on certain products or services that you offer to get that person's referrals on their potential or their clients that they have. So just a little note: 66% of business is passed by your contact sphere. So don't underestimate letting that person in. So open up their classification. So members who wish to change the classification must submit a new membership application to get approved by the membership committee. Again, if you change your classification as an existing member, you might conflict with somebody else. So the membership committee needs to allow you into the chapter and needs to make sure that that's okay. So we're on to the point 12 and 13. In case of problems with a member, membership committee may, at their sole discretion, put a member on probation relating to the members' business practices, so or the commitment to the chapter. So again, going back to the BNI Code of Ethics, if you're adhering to those 6 points, everything should be fine. Then you won't have issues like this. Number 13, a member's classification may be open for failure to comply with the policies. So if a member is not doing what they're supposed to be doing, the membership committee follows the policies and procedures by the BNI committee, membership committee, and they will open up your classification because you're not doing what you are meant to be doing. But at the same time, if you're not doing what you're meant to be doing, you're not a member that's participating, and you're not a member that's trying to make a difference, and you're not going to be going to the meeting week after week to go and face these people face to face. So you won't be sticking around very long if you're not doing what you're supposed to. It's just a given. Alrighty, number 16. An individual member should not be a member of any other group that allows only one person per profession and whose primary purpose is to pass referrals to one another. So this is pretty important because a lot of the chapters in the Johannesburg region have got a little bit of overlapping power teams from multiple chapters, and this is something that because I've set up a power team where we focus on schools, and we're from 4 or 5 different chapters, and it is becoming a bit of a concern because a lot of us have got members in our chapter that are also members of the power team. So there are some issues there. So here it is in the terms and conditions, number 16, that shouldn't actually be happening. So this is something that I'm definitely going to be taking up a little bit more seriously and looking into for future, power team setups, because there's definitely a big opportunity for things to go wrong when you have multiple chapters belonging to a power team. All new members must attend the Member Success Program or the MSP training. This has got to be done within the 60 days. Again, this comes down to your membership committee. They need to enforce this. They need to make sure that the members are getting this training as soon as possible, because the thing is, if a member doesn't know what they are doing and how to go about doing it in terms of BNI, they're not going to be getting referrals because they're not going to be doing their 60 seconds properly. They're not going to be doing their one-to-ones correctly. It's as simple as that. So the sooner they can do that, the better. Get them going while the iron is hot. Let it strike. So All right, and then probably one of the the more common things nowadays with a lot of the multi-level marketing companies, um, BNI does not allow for the multi-level marketing part of it. It does, however, allow a multi-level marketing person to sell their services or their products. So, perfect example would be Herbalife Herbalife or one of the others that are around there. The multi-level side of it is not allowed within BNI, but selling the Herbalife products, absolutely not a problem at all. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's on that note. So, yeah, please look out for my videos. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on YouTube, SlideShare, all of those sorts of things. You can grab me there. Thanks very much. That's David.